So let's get the final part, which is going to be issue at full market price. So this is like issue of new shares. Here it's pretty going to be simple. Definitely the issue is going to be calculating your wins. And so you're going to be considering the timing ratio, and then you'll be able to then calculate your wins and get your answer coming in. So probably let me give you a one-liner here before we come. So it refers to the issue of new shares to the public at the prevailing share price of the entity. So let me bring up a very simple illustrative question again for us to see how we do this calculation. Very, very simple here. Okay. Now, so the way we calculate the weighted average number of equity shares will be bringing the outstanding shares. How long has that been in existence? Because the timing ratio will always come into being if the thing is not occurring at the beginning of the year. Okay, if it is occurring at the beginning of the year, then there will not be any timing ratio. But if it is occurring midway or within the year, then certainly timing ratio has to come in. Calculate the earnings per share if the profit for the year ended 31st October 2020 is $100,000. $100,000. So what do we have? My Love Limited had 10,000 2.5 shares at the beginning of the year. It issued 4,000 shares at 4.25 per share on 1st March 2020. Okay, so this is a full market price situation, and so you know what you're supposed to do already, and so let's go straight up into it. So if the year ends on 31st October, then it starts on 1st November. So from 1st November 2019 to they did the issue on 1st March, so that means 28th of February 2020. That will be how long? And then how many shares were outstanding? 10,000 shares were there. Now, so November, December, January, February, that's 4 months. Okay, so that has been there for 4 months. Then from 1st March 2020 to 31st October 2020, they did a full issue of 4,000 shares. So now the total number of shares will be 14,000, and that had been there for 8 months. Are you getting the idea? So that is the idea about that. So once we have this, it's issued at full market price, so there will be no bonus fraction headache here. So all we do straight up is to calculate the weighted average number of equity shares. So let me just copy this. So for the first period, number of shares outstanding, it's 10,000. Timing ratio 4/12. Second period 14,000. Timing ratio 8/12. So we multiply up to get the average. That's 333, and that is 9333. And so that gives us our weighted average number of equity shares. So 3333 plus 9333, and that gives us 12,666 shares. But that's not what the examiner said we should do, right? The examiner said we should calculate the earnings per share for the entity, the basic earnings per share, what is happening currently, and that will be the profit of $100,000 divided by the weighted average number of equity shares, 12,666 shares, and I'm getting $7.9. So that is the idea about issue at full market price as well, and what we do in respect of that. Very sweet, simple, straight to the point.